Hi guys, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. Tonight I wanted to share something, and I hope it's not too shadowy because I see a shadow right here, but it's because there's something there that I want to share with you. So, I just completed a journal for a dear friend of mine that she had requested. And before I show you, I have never even thought about doing a journal like I just did. This is something that was so far out of my comfort zone. I was kind of nervous in the beginning how to sort of get it all together. But this is what I came up with, and I hope she likes it. So, let me just bring this beauty over here. Oh my gosh, it's so big. I don't even know if it's going to fit on camera, and I'm sorry about the glare. So as you can see, it is a beach themed journal. It took me a good almost week to do the cover because I always have trouble when it comes to the cover, but this is what I came up with. So let me see. I'll start on the top right here. I have a little, like the little boat steering wheels. I'm sure there's a name for it, but it's a charm that my friend Danny gave me a long time ago, and I thought it was perfect for this because it was like she wanted like beach themed, seaside, shell, anything kind of beachy related. So I mean, boats go in beaches, kind of. Well, you don't want them on the beach, but they kind of are on the seaside part of it. I have this strip here. It's like, I don't know. Let me see if I can hold it up a little bit more. See, it's like those little fake pearls that run in between. And okay, I'll let a little bit of the cat out of the bag. My husband actually had to help me design this. And he said he found this in my stash. He's like, well, there's pearls in the sea, like in the seashell. So, it kind of goes. And he was right. So we use this on the cover. And there's actually, I'll show you the spine too. He created the spine. And I really like what he came up with, but let me just finish the front. There's some burlap ribbon underneath that's layered. On the bottom here, and hopefully I'm holding this right, we have a little pin, and on the pin we have two little seahorses and a couple shells, and then I put it on this fiber, and so kind of looks like I don't know, like a splash or something. So there's that, and then of course you see the, what is this called? The burlap like ribbon type things. I did do the metal book corners on all four corners. The spine, this actually was an afterthought. I found this. It's a necklace. Now, if you can see, they're tiny, tiny little shells. And I wanted to use it on the cover somehow, but I realized that if I cut into the thing that's holding it all together, they'll all just fall off. So this is removable, and I'll show you how I put it in the inside when we get inside, but let's just move that for now. And here is the spine. Let me see if I can do it sideways. So we have these little loops, and he said that they look kind of like waves. So we have it on this side and this side. Then we have some burlap ribbon underneath. We have some other lace trim here, and then we have the thing of pearls again down the middle. And then I did these three pieces here, almost kind of looking like, like the ribs in the spine, sort of. So that is what we came up with, and then the back is blank. So, and here's all the, I don't know if I get on camera, all the yummy goodness inside. And let me just show you. It was two signatures, as you can see. And in the middle of the signatures, there's that little gap. That's where I put the necklace. So I'm just going to put it aside while I go in. That way it doesn't kind of get in the way. And I hope I can get this all in frame. So on the inside, am I in frame? Kind of. And also what she wanted in this book were actual pictures from books rather than like a printed kit, which I would normally do. So that was a little challenging as well, only because, you know, it's so easy just to print out a kit and to kind of supplement pages and stuff. But to actually cut out pictures from a book and then sew it into it, I had my hands full. But I love the way it came out. So the front, I do have a pocket here. And in the pocket, I have this. And some of the book pages actually came from this book. So I wanted to keep this, number one, because you'll see the types of pages that came from this book. But also, and it had the name, but also if you see way down here, it shows the copyright, and it was copyright 1954. There. Oh, maybe if you can see it. So I tried to, you know, keep this front page really nice so I could use it somehow, and then I thought of doing that. Now, in this journal, I do have lots of vintage pieces, like real vintage pieces. Like, I'm not sure actually how vintage this is. This one isn't really. This is from 1985, this postcard. And some of these postcards, my friend Sherry, thank you Sherry, sent me so I could include them in this book. So this is obviously perfect for the journal. And then this was actually the cover of, I think it was the Bridge score pad. But what I did is I made copies of it, so that way you can write on the back of it. So here's one of the copies. And here's the first page. And this came from a book about, I think it was about California. And then here on the bottom, I have a little piece of fiber here with a seahorse charm again. And then this page here, this was from the California book as well. So actually, so I don't have to keep repeating myself, all the glossy looking pages were from the California book. The pages that look more like that one in the beginning is from the Seashell book. I added some of this vintage doily here. And then inside, this is some of the paper that I used for the back, backing the cover. Of course, you know, I don't want to waste any pieces, so I use this as a journaling card. And then I had some vintage math cards or whatever they're called. And then this, again, this was a book that I found, and I made a copy of it, and then I made a few journaling tags. That way, you know, you can write on them. And this is the only printed thing. I found these, this tag ephemera kit, and I want to say, I think I got it from Antique Papery. But it was seashore related. So that was the one kind of thing that I printed out. And then here, Life in the Sea. This is another book that I took apart, and I used some pages in it. I used some pictures, but I also like this beginning, so I used that. I did a little ruffle there, and then I liked it because here, copyright 1961. Here's a little tabby there, plenty of room to write. This, I printed out some of my own pages. I found some really pretty pictures, and then I made, I printed them because, I mean, that's really pretty. And then I backed it with some lined paper here. Here's some vintage music sheet, and then on the top here we have a bulb pin with two little seashells. Some more writing pages. Here is one of the pages from the children's book. See, as you can see, it's not glossy. And then I made some journaling cards from cutting up the book. And here is a playing card. And then a little piece of burlap there. Some of this vintage ledger. Here's another page from the book. Here, this one is something different I did. So I took the picture here, but then I also put a blank piece of paper here and blank piece of paper there. That way it can be journaled on both sides, or I mean top and bottom. Here's another page that I printed out. So in a way, I kind of, in the beginning I said I didn't use a kit. Technically I didn't use a kit. I made my own pages, but it is printed. So I have to take that back. I did use some printed things, but I made the pages. Here is this nice shell here. Taps that little tag. This is from one of the vintage books. Some more writing spots. Here's a little flip up. Again, cut out from there. This is one of the vintage tally cards I found. And of course, you know, they're on the seashore, so I thought that was perfect. This, if you saw my haul video where I got this, it was a big card, and I shrunk it down, and I made like a journaling card out of it. And then here's a postcard that I found. I thought this was perfect. I found this at an estate sale, and this is from 1974, which is super cool. So that goes in there. Little tabby on top there. And I hope I'm in frame. Hope so. And again here, I have this. It's one piece of lace, but it looks kind of like a wave. And then I have two, well, you can't even see that, two little shells. Let's see. Maybe like that. Okay. Some more writing spaces. Here's one of the pages that I made. Here's another little tally that you can open here. But I also left the back open, so if you wanted to tuck some, or I shouldn't say if she wants to tuck something behind there, she can. And here's one of the pages from the book. This is a page from the book that I made a pocket out of. And then in the pocket, I made a nice big journaling card. Here's another journaling card that I made, and I sewed those onto other pages so you can write on the back of them. So I thought that was kind of neat to sort of repurpose everything from the books that I could. Here again, a little seashore, not seashore, seahorse. Another page from the book. I'll flip out there. A little fiber. And all these types of fibers, they actually, I think, let me just take a quick look-see. Yeah, these all, the ones that kind of look like this color, they all came from my friend Lolly. So I just wanted to point that out. But then the lace, I think I have the lace. Here again, I used a page and sewed it onto a cardstock to make some journaling cards, another one of those. And then I made another little journaling card there. So there's another page from the book. And then here, I love, it has the little, I don't know if they're, I mean, they're seals, but I think there's a certain name for them. I'm not 100% positive, but I love this picture. They're all kind of sunbathing on the buoy there. And then here's the middle. And I like this because you see the surfers kind of like surfing, and it's probably early morning. I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. There's another page from the book. And here's another vintage postcard. This one is blank on the back. I had to do this one. Look at this guy. Isn't he cute? And then I made this little, it could even be a bookmark if you want. Or if she wants. And then a little flip up again there. And another little fiber. Flip out there. Another page, and this has another little seashell on it. Dangling. Look at that. That's really cool. Here's another little pocket inside. I can't remember if I got this at the estate sale or Sherry sent it to me. There's some little seagulls and some other little pieces there. Book page, another page that I made. And this, I like this because you see all the seashells in the front there. So that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Another little seashell charm. Here we have a big card to journal on, sewed onto cardstock. There's this one, which is really cool, and that could actually even be a bookmark. And then we have this, and this one, oh, this came from the estate sale. This is not copyright, but it was sent 1968, so that's pretty fun. And then one of the tags. Some more writing pages, book pages, a little tabby, another little tabby with the seahorse there. A page I made. Here's something from the book that I sewed in. Another book page. Here's a little pocket on the side that I made. And then this one. This could have been from Sherry, I think, actually. And then those. There are so many pages in here. I don't think I've ever made a journal with this many pages. I forget, I did count it, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, here's a little fabric ruffle with a shell charm on it. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever made a journal this big. Actually, I'm pretty sure I haven't ever in my life. So we have this, sewed onto some cardstock. Another vintage postcard. This is from... Ooh, I wish they had the date. The date is kind of skewed there. I don't know. But I thought it was pretty cool. And I think actually Sherry sent this to me. Another vintage card, and then a tally card. And then I just put it over the edge like that. Here's another beautiful scene. There's all the seals. Edge of the water. So see, so you have this, and what I did is I put this through here, and then I put it over the top. So it's pretty cool, because I was going to run some lace there, but then when I had this, I thought it fit better. So here's the second signature, and look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It is so gorgeous. A little flip there inside. I made another card. Here's another vintage postcard. And this one is postmarked 1968. Really cool. And I believe this came from Sherry. There's another one of those fish cards. And a little shell. And here, look at this. Life in the Sea. And then I just put this little trim underneath it. And then you could write or she could write all around, or put pictures or whatever she wanted to put. Here's the other side of the page. This flips out here. Another little tabby on top. Coffee dyed papers. Another vintage postcard. This one does not have anything written on the back, so that she can definitely write on the back of that. There's another page that I made. Here's another tally that I used to make a tuck. I've added some little tabby there. Here is from the book, and I turned it into kind of like a bookmark, sort of. And then we have that. And then another little bulb pin with a couple little shells on that. And there's a giant conch. Super cool. And here I made this pocket. See, it's like the waves, and then I sort of continued it. And here's a vintage bridge scorecard. And this, oops, can't see. And then these two are just like the ones that I made before. Another charm up there, 2 charms. These are pages from the book. Here's another page I made. Here's a little horseshoe, not horseshoe, seahorse. And there, this has the Hawaiian state fish on it. If everybody can see that fish, it's the Humuhua Nuku Nuku Apu A'a fish. We'll be having a quiz, and you'll be asked to spell that after. No, I'm just joking. Here is that, and then that one. And then a nice little lacy pocket. And I love this picture. I had to use it somewhere. I cut it out from the children's book. And it's just such a cool looking shell. And it was big too, so that was perfect to fit on this little page here. Ran some lace down the side. Let me just make sure I'm good for time. Okay, because I have a limit on my thing. I don't have that much memory. And this is on the island of Maui. There's the Heart Rock. Another page from the book. Sewed this on there. So it's kind of a mixture of things that are sewn on in actual vintage book pages, because I wanted to include so many different types, so it's not just one type of thing, and that way it gives a better variety, but then also include as many writing pages too, so that way it's not just book pages that she can write on. She can actually write on regular pages too. And some little bits and pieces here. And Sherry sent me this, and I had to put it in because it's so cute. I know it's not, I mean, maybe it's a vintage piece, I'm not really sure, but it was just too cute not to. So, and here is a vintage doily that I got from Bonnie's shop, Bonnie and Clive. And then love that picture. Love it. Absolutely love it. My sister used to take her horse a lot to the beach and ride. My horse was crazy. I didn't go anywhere. Here's a surfer. Here's a nice blank page. I love this page though. It has all the shells on it. Little flip there. And let's see. More blank pages. Page from the book. Some shell charms. I'm just trying to mind the time so that way it can fit all in one video and I don't have to do 2 videos. Here's another page that I made. Another blank page for writing. Some more little bits and pieces in there. And I'm sorry, I am rushing a little bit because I don't want my video to cut off. Okay, good. I love this scene. I made that picture. And another little charm there. Here's a little pocket with some, oh, this one. Isn't that nice? That was a calendar that I cut up. And I made that. And some more vintage book pages. There's a little seahorse there. Here's some bits and pieces. The tally card. The page that I printed. Another little pocket. A flip out. Writing pages. Vintage pages. Look, is another one I made. Super cool. And I took the playing card. I cut it up a little bit so it would fit. And then I used this little lace there. And then this, I wanted to kind of keep it open. If you wanted to tuck something there, you could, but you know, you don't have to. And then the back. And I think I made it just in time. Oh good, I have like 2 minutes left. So I hope everybody enjoyed the walkthrough, and I hope, dear friend, this is what you were looking for. You definitely had me out of my element, but this is, I'm kind of, well, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I am kind of proud with the way it came out, because I normally, as you know, I don't, sorry about the glare, I don't do hardcover journals. I don't do multiple signature journals, and I definitely have never created a journal this big. So overall, you know what? I'm pretty happy with the way it came out, and I hope you are too. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.